shall we just get on with this? Because we are about to go into our second ever session of downtime after a score that went a little bit awry last time, if anybody can remember that. Now you decided that you were going to try and make people trust you and like you as a betting agent by giving them a really good tip and then making sure that particular dog won the race, and it went horribly wrong. The dog didn't win, which is great for you because you made lots of money, but bad for you because what you actually intended to
a lot of people to do about
didn't
that.
happen. Yeah. So that is where we're going to kick off, and we're going to start. We're going to do the experience that we're supposed to do at the end of every session, but we're always running a little bit late for some reason. So we end up having to do it at the start of this session. So if you're watching this on YouTube later, fast forward a little bit or something, or whatever it is, because you might find this bit a little dull. I don't know. We'll see. So, who's going to start with this downtime? Then who wants to do their experience thing first?
I'll do it.
There we go. Stepping up. All right. So we're going to take a look at Aggie's playbook here. And we are going to ask a few questions to see whether or not she deserves any experience points. Do you deserve experience points, Ange?
Of course do.
Okay, so the first question I'm going to ask you, as a cutter, did you address a challenge with violence or coercion during the last session?
Yes.
Can you remember?
Yes, I do.
Oh, it's almost like we planned it.
Yeah. Yes, because I went to reduce the heat of our crew by going to the shops near our new betting shop that we took over in a violent manner.
Coup.
And I went and politely asked them in a threatening manner not to tell anybody anything or, cause us any trouble. And surprisingly, they all agreed.
Excellent. So would you like to give yourself 1 XP for... Excuse me.
Yeah, where do I put that?
So your playbook XP at the top of the progression tab. You put a little tick in there. And
I have done that.
That's where.
Okay,
all right. Second question to you then, Angela.
Yes.
Is, did you express your beliefs, drives, heritage, or background at all during the last session?
Yes. Because we went to the race courses, and my family background, even though I don't have that link now because it was taken away from me in a very unscrupulous manner. So we went to the race courses and I dressed up in a more fitting manner than normal and perused around and made people think that I knew what I was talking about in regards to dog racing. So I used my heritage.
All right, I'm not going to argue.
No, you're not. So I'll give myself an XP for that.
Did you do it more than once?
No.
All right, fair enough then. Did you struggle with issues from your vice or traumas during the session at all?
No. Not at all.
Not in the slightest. Good. Right. Then be gone. We will take.
Oh wait, I did a desperate roll.
Yeah, but that already gets added. That's the cool thing about this particular VTT. If you do a desperate roll, it automatically adds your little experience points on. Yeah.
See, I was listening to every word and none of that. And you asked me, and I just knew the answers.
You did. Yeah, and it wasn't like you were reading them off a bit of paper or anything. It was good. Well done. Going next. Who else has written on a bit of paper?
I'll go next. But yeah.
All right, let's have a look. Now, your character is Bang.
Yes.
And she is a lead, a saboteur and technician. Nice. And So the questions I'm going to ask you then is cast your mind back into the distant past of the last session, and did you address a challenge with technical skill and mayhem?
Yes. I used mayhem.
You did
Not
use
in
mayhem.
not in the conventional sense for this character, but yeah, I chose to instead of being reasonable and doing the normal thing when you see somebody that may not like you, which is go the other way, I went and stabbed him with a needle and drugged him.
Okay.
So, you know.
You know, that's how all good dates start, isn't it? Oh, that's a terrible thing to say.
I mean, I did kind of look after him. I made sure he didn't fall over and went and sat him down.
You sat him down on a bench and made sure he didn't harm himself in any. Yeah, like by falling off it while drunk or drugged or.
Yeah.
Okay, well, do you want to give yourself a little tick in your playbook XP then? Why not?
Yeah. Cool.
Did you do it more than once?
I don't think so.
All right, just the one tick. Okay, so did you express your beliefs, drives, heritage, or background at all during the lesson?
No.
You didn't. Okay, that was quick and easy. Did you struggle with issues from your vice or traumas in the previous session?
No, I think I was good with my vice.
Yeah, very good. So that will be you completed, and we can go on to the next one who's going to volunteer. And the next volunteer is going to be Jake.
Me? Yeah, might as well. And he's on production. We'll go easy on him.
He is. We'll take it. Yeah, I mean, he's had a traumatic start to the session, so we'll let him have a break.
It'll be a very short break because this will be very quick.
Will it now?
Yes.
And you think? Okay, let's say. Did you, as a hound, a hunter and tracker, did you address a challenge with tracking or violence?
No, I would say that my character played very nicely. I mean, he snuck around a lot, but
He was
that is
laying
neither
low.
tracking nor violence.
He was kind of laying it low, wasn't he, for the last session?
Yeah, he had his fake mustache on and the eye patch.
Did, and the eye patch. Yeah,
Okay.
sure. Did you express your beliefs, drives, heritage, or background over the last
Yes,
session?
for that, I believe I did. I played with Kelev a lot and had him go about and do his thing on behalf of this big score.
Yes, because your background is in dog handling, and you certainly did. So go and give yourself a little tick in your playbook.
Yay.
XP up there. Did you do that more than once?
No, I think that would have been the one big score.
All right, sure.
Yeah.
And did you struggle with issues from your vice or traumas?
No, actually, I got off scot-free.
You certainly did get away lightly.
That was very good rolling on my part.
Okay, well, we'll see what we can do about that this. And so that's it. That's easily done. That is Tomer.
I am uncomplicated.
And you know what? I like that about you. Now let's go on to somebody who is complicated.
Hi.
Hi there. Now Ace is a slide. He's a subtle manipulator and spy.
I am.
And so the questions that for you then are: did you address a challenge with deception and influence?
He so did.
How are you thinking about that?
Every single time he opened his mouth.
Yes, whether or not it was a challenge, like if I didn't feel it was a challenge.
Well, I mean, just because you keep rolling double sixes.
Yeah.
I'd say, did you do it more than once as well?
I definitely did.
Then you're going to have two. You're going to get 2 XP.
Woo!
Did you express your beliefs, drives, heritage, or background at all during the session? Now, I could argue that you did.
Oh, okay.
But it's not for me to say. It's for you.
I'm trying to remember.
let me refresh your memory.
You refresh.
Because I'm almost at the end of my glass. So I want to refresh your memory.
It's a full glass.
Steady on. Just take it easy. Right, so you did go into a pub before you went to Master Vereen's, and you did discuss with one of your contacts an issue that you had with somebody that was very upset with you.
Yes, I did.
Baz.
Yes, I did.
So
yeah.
So
I forgot the pub bit.
Yeah, you get to. I mean, here's me telling you, you can go. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take an
It's almost
XP.
as if. Yeah, well, I'm sure you will.
You did fail to accidentally light the place on fire this time, so that's good.
Yeah. See,
I succeeded in not accidentally setting it on fire.
we're not entirely sure whether it was accidental the first time. Did you struggle with issues from your vice or traumas during the last session?
I mean, my vice is the guy that we did the deal with.
Yeah.
So we did. I would say. Would you say we struggled because
I don't even get to argue with this. If you think you did, you get to go yes.
Well,
and tick the box.
I would say yes on the basis of part of what we did was convince my vice to go along with my plan.
Yes.
So I would say that is struggling with an issue, literally on my vice.
Then I would very much like it if you were to tick that box.
I've got one empty box left, and then I've got a full rack.
I wonder if you will make it. A full rack, everyone.
I've almost got a full rack.
So, we go into downtime. After the score was not entirely successful.
No.
It wasn't an unmitigated disaster because you did make some money at least.
Yeah.
So let's take a look. Let's take a look at that. I mean, you automatically get 2 rep for carrying out the score.
Yep.
Now, there's a potential to earn more or less depending on whether the target was of a higher tier than you or was a lower tier than you.
It was the general public, so I would say that they would be a lower tier than us.
Well, no,
because it's not just them that you're involved. I mean, I'd argue that maybe it wasn't a higher tier, but it definitely wasn't higher. I wouldn't say it was a lower tier.
No, because there were some more higher ups in there as well.
Yeah, because we did have that fight with Tony's character that went. It went the same time as it went last time, which we're sure is going to be a reoccurring thing in this campaign now, of Tony never really finding out what this guy wants, but just killing him every turn.
Yeah,
just kill him.
And if we have to look on the positive side, we took a dog that had no chance at all of winning, and we got him into second place. So we got a little bit of cred with it.
But conversely, Jake, I admire your positivity, but you don't win silver, you lose gold.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I'd say the same or lower.
Lesson for you all, children. I think, I mean, maybe the same. We'll go with the same, just because.
Yeah.
I'm feeling a bit harsh this. For no reason. So let's kind of go with the 2 rep for now then. But coin could be a different matter, you see, because you made a lot of money. You did lose some because you did place some bets on Unlucky 13, which was the dog that was supposed to win, but didn't. That was kind of your insurance policy, if I recall, and you didn't. Unlucky 13 was pipped at the post by some rangy little mutt.
I would say, of the options, I would say it would be decent loot, so a standard score.
You think? You see, I mean. However, and I'm gonna override you there.
Okay.
Because I've had too much to drink, but it might be a big score with serious loot, because didn't you make a really, really good roll to get everybody to come
I did. I just didn't want to say a big score because I don't want to be greedy. But I do agree. Yeah, I mean,
I think it's going to be a big score. You did lose some, but you did make a lot.
We were aiming to make a big loss, so we convinced a lot of bets.
The problem with making a lot is we've got nowhere to keep it.
Well, you do.
You're going
to put it in your pockets. Yeah.
We're going to spend it.
We're going to go on a shopping spree.
So you get to allocate that. I mean, now your vault is full.
So how many did we make?
But you've made 8. So you're all going to get 2 each, right?
Wow.
Yeah.
Are we rich now?
Holy.
However,
That's how bad we failed.
Wait, you said we're getting 2 each, so I'm adding it.
Ever, yeah.
Don't add it.
So
Are we adding it now?
Yeah, add it onto your character sheets. You've got 2.
I don't know where to add it. I'm so excited.
On progression.
Right.
The progression.
There is, however, a downside.
Of course.
Of course there is. So you made a lot of money, but you attracted a lot of attention by what happened. So you're going to get some extra heat for this, I think.
Yeah.
And I think that it's going to be classed as high exposure. It wasn't particularly loud or chaotic, but I think it's going to expose you quite a lot. So you're going to get 4 heat from this particular score, because people will be aware of you and will be wary of you, and that's going to have attracted the attention of the powers that be. Fortunately,
They're certainly not going to take betting advice from us again.
No, this is true. And I'm going to assign that heat.
Wow.
And then we're going to go on to entanglement. Now I'm going to make an entanglement. Interesting. So this is an entanglement is some kind of consequence for your actions. It's going to how it impacts the world at large. And we got a choice, and it's the same choice that we had last time, or at least nearest damn it. So we got gang trouble, which says that one of our gangs, and you have 2. Remember, you have 2 gangs. You've got a gang of thugs and a gang of elite rovers. Now, one of them caused trouble due to their flaws. And it's really, really handy that last night, while nobody was watching, a few of us went into Discord and decided what our flaws and edges
now.
are for your gangs. and we decided... because... Well, it made sense at the time anyway. That our gang of thugs have 2 edges. They are fearsome, as in they are terrifying in aspect. Anybody that knows them is afraid of them for whatever reason. But they are extremely loyal to you, and they cannot be turned or bribed to turn against you. But their flaws are that they are savage. They're quite a bloodthirsty bunch. And that they are wild, and they quite frequently succumb to their own vices. And so that, there's potential there that maybe that's what's happened in this instance. Your elite rovers have the edges independent, as in they can function quite well without orders, and they'll go and do whatever is right, the right thing for them to do. And they are loyal as well. They cannot be bribed or turned against you. And their flaws are that they are principled. They are Scotlanders, and they are loyal to fellow Scotlanders as well. But they are unreliable. They have other things that call to them. Perhaps their vices, which means that they don't always turn up when you ask them to.
We can always count on them to be unreliable.
Exactly. They're reliable in that aspect. So that's the choice that we have. They may be...
So what we did last session is going to have annoyed one of these.
No, not necessarily. But during this downtime, they may have gone off and done something which has caused you problems. So perhaps they've gone off on a wild rampage.
Maybe they lost some money.
Which will mean that you can lose face, you can forfeit rep equal to your tier +1. So you are 0 tier currently. So you can lose 1 rep because of what their crazy behavior. Or you can make an example of one of your gang members, or face reprisals from a wronged party. So that's an option there. That's
They're great options. Those options are just thrilling.
We've got another one. The blue coats grab an NPC, member of your crew, so one of the cohort perhaps, or one of your contacts once again. Now, last time I think we had this, it was Master Vreen that got hauled in by the blue coats.
Can we get him hauled in again?
No! He's my fight hand. Yeah. I need him.
And we make a fortune roll to see whether they grass you up and increase your heat, or you can pay them off with 2 coin.
Well, you know what? Probably since I was the one responsible for our failure, which turned into a success, which was really a failure in the end, I would probably offer Tomer up to the blue coats.
It's one of your contacts potentially that you would offer up.
You know, offer up your dog.
I would offer up, I think, Tomer.
Oh, you want to offer yourself up? You want to offer yourself up?
I want to posit to them.
Yeah.
Okay.
That there was somebody else involved here doing a score who did it better than us. And therefore we failed. So the real problem isn't us for failing the score. It's whoever succeeded and got the other dog to win. And that's the new threat on the block.
Okay.
That's also admitting guilt.
I mean,
but it's guilt of failure.
I mean, I to be fair though, Tom did get seen with the dogs before the race, didn't he?
And I think I was trying to hide and disguise myself, and that role was quite poor.
Yes,
I remember. So I just think it's story fitting,
right? And because it's story fitting, I'm going to say yes to you, Jake, and that you can offer Tomer up if you wish to be hauled in by the blue coats, if you feel it is appropriate. What I would like to suggest you do
is get a lawyer.
This is the thing, because what would normally happen here is we'd have some one of your contacts would be dragged in, and then we would make a fortune roll to see how much information they gave up. What this would mean for Tomer is, I think, some kind of resistance roll, which means that you're going to get some more stress, potentially. Which is handy because we're about to indulge our vices and relieve stress. So, would you like to go along with that?
I think I would, and I would even further up the ante and say that I may have to have agreed to something in order to get out. I may have had to make some sort of. I may have some sort
deal.
of debt.
You made a deal.
I may have had to make it, and whether people or not still trust me after that, we'll see. But there could be that could just be the consequence for these actions. But still, I'm going to try. My role will be based on, I guess, trying to convince them that there's a bigger threat out there.
Here's what I'm gonna. Here's my counter offer then, shall we say? How about, yes, Tomer is dragged in by the blue coats, and he is questioned. You are going to make your resistance roll, and you're going to take some stress or whatever. But the rest of your group are not going to know whether you told them anything, whether you told the blue coats anything. Do they trust you after that? That's so. In terms of for role playing and drama, I think that's quite a cool little move. And you guys can do with that what you will. Maybe you just trust in Tomer implicitly. Maybe you don't.
Would I lie to you?
Well, would he? I mean, he's Canadian, so probably not.
No.
But,
Tomer's not Canadian, though. It's Tomer that we have to worry about.
So, how does that sound?
I agree. You drive a hard bargain. You agree to everything
really.
I just said.
I exactly, because maybe it's the alcohol. Who knows? Let's find out. So I think what we're going to do... Now, these guys, they're not going to mess about. So what I want to, I think, get you to roll a resistance again is probably going to be resolve, methinks.
Okay.
What will happen here is you're going to make this roll. Yeah. Now, from what I can see, it's going to be 2d6. We're going to roll the dice. Whatever dice is highest, we subtract that number from 6 to see how much stress you take.
Okay.
Yeah.
Would this be sway that I'm trying to sway them at all?
No, because it's a resistance roll, it's just going to be resolve. So we're testing your resolve here to see whether or not you give any information.
Okay, let's see if I do this properly.
Yeah. Tomer, resolve. Let it be.
Oh.
So. Excellent. So you take 2 stress. It should have added that on automatically for you.
Did.
But you reveal nothing, obviously, because you're a player character and you've resisted. Whether your compatriots will think the same. So you've been dragged into the Blue Coats precinct and questioned thoroughly. Maybe they're a little bit surprised. Maybe people will be a bit surprised when you come out without any bruising. But we'll find out perhaps a little later. We'll find out.
They saw through my eye patch.
Yes, they saw through both eye patches that you were wearing.
Eye patches.
Which is more than we can say for Tomer.
Yes.
Right, so we'll say that is what we selected. We've done that. The entanglement complete. Now, you get to do your downtime activities, guys. You're going to choose 2 downtime activities to complete. If you wish to do any more than the 2, you will need to spend 1 coin for each extra action you wish to carry out. The actions you can do, you can acquire an asset. You can borrow an item of equipment of some kind that you can use for the next score, whatever it might be. We don't know what it is yet. You can recover from any injuries that you have. You can train, which will give you automatic check in any of your abilities. Or you can start a long-term project, which could be researching something that is of interest to you, finding out where something might be located, etc., etc. You can reduce heat on the crew. You're at 5 at the moment. You can indulge your vice to relieve stress. And you get to do 2 of these things unless you spend coin.
I'm going to reduce the heat again.
So you're going to reduce heat in some way. So if you click on the... Yep. You get to click on each of those. Well...
Who I do?
All of you. You're going to choose what you're going to do. So you choose it by clicking on the activity.
Oh.
Oops. So Bang is going to indulge a vice. Ace is going to recover. Tomer is going to indulge vice and reduce heat. Aggie is going to reduce heat.
And Sam is 5 heat.
Yeah. Tober decided he doesn't like being taken prisoner by rival gangs, so he's going to spend some money to reduce heat.
Oh, okay.
So I spend one coin and I can do both.
You don't have to. No, you get 2 automatically.
Oh.
So it's for free. If you want to do a third action,
okay,
and it will cost you a coin.
Oh.
Yes. So let's what we got? Aces. You've only got 1 selected. Did you want to do you're still trying to figure out what you're going to do?
I'm thinking I might have an idea for a long-term project that is within the story, because I'm thinking we now own the bookies at the races.
Yes.
And that's going to need some sort of long-term management.
Okay. Are you thinking of recruiting? Is this the...
Well, like, it's the start of a legitimate business, isn't it?
I guess.
So Ace's plan would be to develop it, while still probably doing some dodgy stuff in the background to help fluctuate money and everything. He is essentially going to be running that business and essentially trying to build it up, sort of thing.
Oh, okay. That's it. Normally, what happens when you do a long-term project is we start a clock.
Yes.
And the clock is usually 8 segments, and we kind of name that clock, whatever it is you're trying to accomplish during that time. And so it might take a few downtime activities for you to complete what it is you're trying to do. But yeah, that's certainly something that you can do if you wish.
Are we all able to contribute to that long-term project? Is it since it has to do with the bookie?
I mean, I suppose in theory, yes, but
I tell you what, because I have a feeling this is going to take a little bit more thought than I'm prepared to do right now, because it's on stream and everything. It might take a while.
Okay.
If I say for the next time we have a downtime, I'll talk to you and we'll come up with like the 8-step clock of how that's going to play out. And for now, I'll put acquire asset as I have to find someone to run that shop for us.
Oh, I mean, technically you've already got somebody to do that.
Someone
which
better,
is Finney
like
himself.
a proper person. Like, he's just...
Oh, okay.
Also,
I'll tell
maybe
you
an
what.
accountant.
Someone that's really loyal to us.
Maybe we need an accountant.
Maybe your long-term project is to ensure his loyalty to you, and so he will run it properly because he's got experience.
Yeah. Maybe I'll spend the time training him so that he can run it on his own.
That'll be your acquire asset. I think that's fair enough. I think that's great. Yeah, sure. So, bang, you've got a second...
Yeah, I want to craft something, but I don't know which one that comes under.
Right, I would say... Now, with crafting, because what is it you're wanting to craft?
Craft a new thing, a new weapon.
A brand new one, or
yeah,
one that's...
the brand new one? Is that the one?
Do you have to learn it, or is it one of these things that's already known and you don't need to learn it? You can just craft it.
Let me bring the wiki back up.
Was it the flash bomb that we talked about?
Yeah, these creations are well known.
Okay,
so yeah,
don't worry about it. We'll just say that you're going to create that. You're going to have 2 of those. And we won't have to worry about your extra action in that case. Right then, so Bang, would you like to go first? Is your top of the list? Indulge your voice. So, because you were the first one to click on it.
Okay.
Bang, you are going to visit your vice dealer. Your vice dealer is... Who is he? What's his name?
It's Eldrin Pritchard.
Eldrin Pritchard, the Psychonaut.
No, he's not the Psychonaut.
Oh, is he then?
He owns the Silver Swan, the pleasure barge.
Oh, that's even better. That's even better. Right. So, do you trust this guy?
I mean, as much as anyone trusts the vice purveyor, I think.
So when Bang shows up at the pleasure barge and Eldrin says, "I've got something new for you to try."
We'll try it. Yeah.
You'll just go ahead and do it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would literally just be, because I would have sorted out this agreement where I get my own room if because my intention is to use drugs to get these random ideas of something that I might end up creating for inventions. Okay. I mean,
and
it
drugs do this?
It's a work in progress.
We don't know. We don't know if it does, but Bang is convinced that it works. So that's what we're going with.
So I get a room with papers if I need to write anything down, and so far it's just incoherent babble at the other end, but I'm working on it.
And so when he says, look, I have got something new to try. You will not believe this. And he pulls out a syringe that he'd prepared earlier. And the liquid, it's kind of a dark colour inside the syringe. But you can see there's a block of something on the table nearby. This kind of yellow, a block of yellow substance. You're not sure what it is. And he says, I got it from the Red Sashes. They're calling it Aruvian flake. But the people on the street, they're calling it ambrosia.
Okay.
It's amazing. Do you want to give it a whirl? He's already handing you a little strap to tighten around your arm.
Oh yeah.
It might give you a whirl.
Is my room ready?
Yeah, sure. I mean, he will lead you through into a separate cabin on the barge. Now, in this cabin, there's like what looks like a wardrobe laying on its back. And he kind of flips the doors open, and it's kind of half filled with water, it looks like. And he says, it's all part of the experience. It's gonna blow your mind.
You sure?
Oh yeah. And he hands you the strap, which you kind of stick around your arm. And he kind of has got this syringe in his hand, and he's like holding it up. Do you want him to inject it, or are you going to do it yourself?
No, I'd do it myself.
Okay.
I mean, that's as far as I trust, like, nah.
All right, fair enough.
But yeah, I think the way I see it is, when I came into the town, I had a psychonaut help me get into this sort of stuff. So that was a very of trying different things until I found the one I like. Okay. It sounds really weird to know that we're talking about drugs, but anyway.
Yes, that's because drugs are bad, people.
Yes. Don't do drugs.
No good can come of this.
But yeah, I will take his word for it.
Sure.
I see myself as I come here quite often. I give him a coin. He won't screw me over.
No, he's been proper on the level so far.
Yeah. So.
And so you inject yourself with whatever is in this syringe, and then he kind of helps you. He lowers you into this water in this tank, and he says, "I'm going to shut the door now. Don't worry, everything's gonna be fine."
Okay.
And then he closes both of the doors, and
God.
You're in complete pitch black, kind of floating in this water. And then everything is dark. There's nothing. For quite a while, you're thinking, this is crap. Nothing's happened. And then suddenly, like a freight train, you're hit with a myriad of emotions and feelings that kind of just explode into your head. All these different experiences, and you're not sure whether it's your memories or whether their memories are belonging to somebody else. But you have this point of view, and it all flashes forward as if it's in super high speed. Everything that kind of whacks into you, and it's incredibly loud. There's like a massive noise, a wall of noise that kind of is almost deafening. And this goes on for just a few moments until suddenly it's like an explosion, and you kind of spat out into absolute pitch blackness. And as you're kind of looking around, you see all these like tiny pinpoints of light that are all kind of coalescing and into like a spiral that's kind of spinning there in this darkness. And everything is absolutely silent. And so we'll get you to make your roll now, if that's all right.
Wow.
And you have overindulged, which is absolutely blinding. Fantastic.
Okay. Yep.
Right. Well, so we'll come back to you in a moment, if that's all right. As aces, you're going to attempt to recover now.
Yeah.
Now, last time, Tomer found you a physico, a doctor.
Yes.
Who was actually not very good.
No.
But you know, they kind of half knew what they were doing, and you did manage to heal up a little bit, didn't you?
Yeah.
So, are you going to attempt this same thing with this physica? And if we do, at some point, I think we should come up with a name for him.
No, he's not. Only because...
Now, if you don't use this guy, then you're going to have to spend your acquire asset acquiring a physica.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Oh, then I'm
Yeah,
gonna have to.
this is how it works, mate.
He's really good, I'm telling you, man. You can trust him.
In my head,
He had
right,
an half day.
my injury's down to a bruised jaw. My character was just gonna like put some cream on it and take a breather, like.
Yeah. I mean, potentially, sure, if you like.
He's gonna use the dodgy doctor.
So we're going to use the dodgy doctor, which is great. So we're going to make a fortune roll.
Yeah.
For this. Now, this person, because Tomer had kind of managed to locate him for you, and we decided he was like a vet.
He was.
So we're going to make a roll for him, and this roll is going to be a fortune roll. So I'm just going to change that fortune, and then we're going to roll 2 dice, but we're going to take the lowest as the result.
Okay.
If you want to spend 1 coin, I'm going to give you another dice.
I'd take the lowest of 3?
No, and basically it would mean that we've got 1 die, and you take that result rather than take the lowest of 2 dice.
No, you know what? No, I'm not spending my coin on that. No, I'm just gonna.
We're gonna go with it.
Yeah, we're just gonna test the dodgy doctor.
Okay. Right. So
it's a bruised jaw. Like, how bad could they cook this up?
Well, no. It's just taking a bit longer to heal. That's all.
Yeah.
Maybe you're a
He's
bit.
He's going to give you a
fragile.
muzzle to wear.
So
You're gonna give me a cream and I turn out to be allergic.
Cone of shame.
a cone of shame.
Put this net brace on.
So,
If
how
you
about
behave, you'll get a dog treat.
you click on roll on that there then, and we'll see what happens.
Oh yeah,
It's
no,
a
take the
3.
lowest.
It's a 3, which is a fail. But it means you get to check 1 box on your harm, your healing clock.
On my arm.
No, not the healing clock next to harm. You get to check one of those boxes, which I think is what happened last time. So you're halfway to getting that fixed.
Yeah.
Now, so that's your recovery roll done, isn't it? Now,
I'm actually very surprised because he treats Kelev so well and heals him so well.
yeah. So, now we got the acquire asset, which is basically you attempting to train up Finney to become, well, he basically trying to win his loyalty. So, we have a roll here. If we click acquire asset, I'm not sure. I think that's going to be a fortune roll. Click on that and let's see what happens. Just see what. If you look in the downtime, the acquire asset. you move your mouse over acquire action. It's a little dice roll.
It's a fortune roll, yes.
And it's a 2D one. Tell you what, let's just go with it. Let's just roll this and see what the result is. Okay. He's not convinced by... He's not necessarily... You know what? I'm not happy with that.
Why is that the lowest?
No. Oh, no, it did. It did. You're right.
Because you pressed the minus 1D instead of plus 1D.
I didn't press anything but roll!
Well, it was...
You know what? I'm going to get rid of that. What I want you to do is I want you to decide what ability you are using to try and convince this guy and win this guy over.
Oh, you're asking me which ability I will use.
I think that's probably more appropriate. That's what I want you to do.
Now, I've not used much of this ability at all throughout this whole campaign, but I think this could be a sway.
Oh, you know what? I'm going to allow that.
Not that I've used sway yet. I don't know what sway does or how this is going to go. I feel like a bit of repetition on my rolls. So it would.
You can use something else if you want. You can use command if you wish, and if you wanted to try and dominate him.
I'm not trying to scare him because he's a member of our gang.
Yeah, well, he could be.
You know,
are you trying to smooth talk him, or are you basically scaring the shit out of him to be loyal to you?
I'm trying to convince him to stick with us, to work with us, to be loyal to us. I'm trying to get that loyalty, not fear, out of him.
Yeah, so in that case, I think you were probably correct with your assumption of your ability.
I'm just rolling, Sway?
It's going to be controlled, and it's going to be a standard result. So yeah, nothing real bad is going to happen to you here, I don't think. Holy shit, dude. That's weird. Okay. Well, maybe that didn't go quite so well for Ace. The fact is, you have burst in here, you have threatened him, you have taken his livelihood effectively away from him. It's going to take a bit of effort to kind of win him over, I think. And that's what's reflected here in this dice roll.
Yeah, I'd say...
Is that fair?
Yeah, he's a very innocent person who's...
Yeah.
He's not a criminal. He's new to the gang. He came with a boo. He's not into it. He's obviously found out about the gambling and the fact that we tried to rig it. And maybe he's not quite on par with that yet.
Okay, I like that. Yeah, let's go with that.
So I've got to work on him.
Yes, I think so. Maybe he is a long-term project after all. Who knows?
Yeah, maybe he's going to be a long-term project. Yeah.
Right. So, Tamer, what are you doing this time here? It says here you're going to indulge your vice because you've got a bit of stress.
Right, and so I am going and I'm looking for Casta again.
Yeah.
And the ever, with Casta, will it be me saving him from his own vices, or will he be pulling me into his vices?
Yeah, that's a good question. So what I'm going to get you to do first is I'm going to get you to make the roll first. And we can make that decision.
All right. So I click in there, I guess.
Yeah, you can.
And I have the die, and we will see.
Yeah.
Ah.
Oh.
Okay.
You rolled a 1, so you clear one.
Save him. I banged this one up because it's exactly what Bang got.
So what is Castor up to this week? Because he's got a few vices of his own, hasn't he? And you have to kind of try and save him from himself. That's your obligation. So last time he was in a house of ill repute, I think last time. This time, is he there again?
No, I think this time he is clearly in the bar. He is clearly drinking. I have not been able to take him away because, it's Super Bowl weekend. And definitely I will have started to indulge in some heavy drinking with him. Yeah. So while it was relaxing and I did kind of get one stress off, I overdid it. And I wasn't able to do as much relaxing and taking off the stress because I overindulged.
He was probably being difficult, I think, which is why you've not reduced as much stress as you would normally do. And he's been kind of forcing you away when you're trying to. So you're telling him, "Come on, Castor, this is enough is enough," and you're trying to drag him away, and he's like, get away from me, get away." But eventually, you do manage to haul him out into the street after a great deal of effort, and perhaps you've had a few yourself by this.
Yeah, I think we'll be singing along at the pier at this point together.
Yeah, and so as you're kind of standing on the bridge, looking down into the ink black waters, you hear him kind of say, "I heard some friends of yours were in town."
From Severus?
Rasmus Dava? Lady Tassie Sable?
Oh, crap. She was the one. We were going to be happy together forever.
Does she feel that way?
Oh God, no, that was messed up. It wasn't my fault. I wasn't the one that ruined it. But somehow I always get blamed, like rotten luck. It's like somebody had it out for me from the very beginning, and I'm such an agreeable person. I don't know who and why.
Maybe you could ask her if she's in town.
Yeah, that might be tough. Gotta pretend to be somebody else to get her to see me. Maybe I'll look for a disguise.
You know what, Tomer? Your disguises are pretty shit.
She sees... If she were to see me while driving a car, she'd probably run me over. But only because she's forgiven me my worst qualities.
Which one?
I probably think it would be the Jeep. She wouldn't run me over in a sports car. She likes that one too much.
This is like a Victorian era city. I have no idea what you're talking about.
All right. Probably the 1-horse-powered cart because, her 4-horse-powered cart is her racing cart, and she likes that one too much. I'm gonna try to see her.
All right. Okay. And so he kind of spits heavily into the waters below, yeah. And we'll draw a close on that little scene. You wanted to reduce heat on the crew.
Yes, I think so, because I didn't like the line of questioning. I got off scot-free this time, but I think it was dumb luck, and they may have it may have been their plan all along to let me go without a bruising so that everybody would, because they know how good I am at my job.
Yeah.
And they want me to be seen as perhaps turned by my own crew, and then I'll be ineffective. So I will reduce 1 coin from my treasure at this point for that.
Oh, what's this for?
Oh, no, sorry. No, I'm sorry. This one's free.
No.
This one.
Yeah, basically, all I want you to do.
Okay, sorry.
Is kind of explain to me how is Tomer going to go about reducing the heat? I mean, if you want some time to think about that, we can go on and try Aggie out here, if you wish.
I think probably I would reduce the heat because of the fact that the blue coats actually believed me. And that probably is what's reducing the heat because I got out without the beating, meaning they...
Right. So that means that you used an ability to convince of that. What ability was it that you... How did you persuade them? Do you think? And it doesn't matter if you haven't got any points in an ability. You can still use it.
Right. Remember that I said that I was going to try to owe them a favor.
Okay, so you were going to try and make a deal.
And that deal might have been to try and to use insight for hunting down who I think, because I am convinced that somebody else played a score the same night we did, and that's why our dog lost.
Okay.
Because there's no other way that our dog could have lost. So I was going to find, perhaps for them, who really had the score and caused the winning dog to win. Because they very much want to know, who was able to pull off that caper. And so because of the fact that there's this other group out there that is now more effective, the heat's off us because everybody's trying to find them.
Right. But you still need to convince them of what you're saying.
So then it's going to be sway.
There you go.
That was the right answer, I guess.
And well, it's just an ability. An ability that you're going to use to try and do this. So sure, if you want to try and sway them.
Okay.
But if you're willing to take stress.
I am going to push myself only because I think that I was under dire straits there. So. Okay. All right. You thought it was worth pushing yourself for? Then go ahead, take that. Or because Devil's Bargain could still come into play here because then I owe them. I tell you what. The favor. Yeah. Okay. Now I like that. I like that. So the Devil's Bargain. How would we express this? So the Devil's Bargain. If I fail, I am indebted to them. There is something I must do for them to clear my debt. The way the Devil's Bargain works is that whatever this Devil's Bargain is, it happens whether you succeed or fail. Oh, I see. Right? So there's extra pressure here for you, Jake. So the Devil's Bargain, I really like what you were saying about that idea that you are effectively going to be classed as a snitch by some of the folks in Doskvol, yeah? You don't have to take that. And if anybody else has another one that they want to offer up, then anybody can contribute here if they want to. If they've got, if they think of something suitable. Only because my other idea was to give away Bang's Vice Purveyor. So I think yours is a little bit better. Okay. Because that was the only other one that I could. Yeah, I know. There you go. So I will take that. So yeah, basically, people are going to be looking at you with a side eye, I think, because they know that you were called in and you've come out and it looks like you've got away scot-free. So they're all figuring you've made some kind of deal. So that's the Devil's Bargain. I toggled it. It's locked in. The answer is locked in. All right. So let's see what happens. Oh. Okay. Now, it's not all bad. It means we get to reduce one heat. That Devil's Bargain happens anyway. So when we look at if somebody else want to go through the cruise sheet and do this bit, or shall I do it?
I've took it off, so we're down to 4.
Okay, yeah, you're down to 4. And that will be Tomer's reduce heat completed. Aggie. Hello. So you've got. You want to try and reduce the heat even further.
Yes, I planned to go back to the dog race place.
Yeah.
But dog stadium. Dog race.
The racetrack.
The racetrack. That's the word.
There we go. We'll go for that. Yeah.
And I'm going to spend the day sort of swaying people to sort of say we were double crossed. You know, kind of like make them those that were like going, oh, don't go to them. Now they give bad tips and all the rest of it. I'm going to go around and basically whisper in people's ears that somebody was running a racket.
Perfect. So yeah, I like that a lot, and so that makes a lot of sense. What ability would you be using for this?
Oh, a sway.
Everybody's using sway.
Well, normally I'm kind of like going in like
Threatening people.
But this way, this time I'm going to do sway.
Yeah.
So,
I like it. Sway away.
So, what do I press then? What do you want me to?
What we're gonna? I'll
press tick. Oh, okay.
Yeah, let's go with this. You're going to select your action, which is sway, is it not?
Oh, yeah, sorry. Yes, sway. There you go. Yeah.
There you go. Right. Okay. Now I think it's going to be risky, this roll. And yeah, standard of. Oh. Now you're going around. Maybe the effect's great.
It's gonna be awesome.
Well, you know. No, let's go with standard because you basically what you're trying to do is just try and clear your name a little, and then just the one of you. You're going around, and you're part of the gang that everybody suspects. So let's go ahead and go with risky and standard. And Jesus, everybody is blowing it. Mind you, it's because you got no dots way, have you? So you take the lowest two dice.
I'm not known for my persuasion.
No, that's right.
I think as I'm going around, basically, I'm trying to be polite and I'm trying to be, not aggressive, but I'm not.
You're not very good at that.
I'm not very good at it. So I'm going, you know what? Like, it wasn't us, it was somebody else, and you gotta believe me. And it's just not. The people are just like.
Well, some people.
And then I'll go,
right?
you fecking idiots. You just don't know what you're talking about.
Perfect. That sounds like proper swaying happening. So that's one. We reduce one heat by doing that. So you're down to 3. Which is, reasonable. There you go. Yeah.
So I wander around doing that, and then I sort of head back, and then my other thing would be train.
And you're going to train.
Resolve.
Train. Oh, train resolve. Now you do have a special ability which helps you with resolve, which means you get to tick 2 flashes above resolve, or 2 checkboxes above resolve, whenever you train. Mm-hmm. If you were training any other ability, it would be just 1. For each.
I get that. If I do my 2 ticks now on resolve, that means it's full.
Okay, so then you get to add a dot to any of the abilities under the skills underneath resolve. You can add 1 to any of them.
I think it. I'm gonna go command.
Okay.
And then I need to clear those. And
then you get rid of all those. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that's it.
Okay.
I am done and dusted.
You are done and dusted. Now we've just got to go and resolve somebody's overindulgence. So, what happened here? Right, so you have overindulged. What I'm going to say happens here then
1
is you wake up, bang, and your face is wet with tears, and you are aware of some people nearby, and they grab both of your arms and they kind of lift you up, and they're like, well, what the hell happened here? Look at the state of this one. And as your vision kind of clears, you can see in the dim light of the alleyway where you are that two blue coats are helping you to your feet and then dragging you down the alleyway by your arms.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. And I think we're going to subject you to something similar to what Tamara's just been through. And I'm going to get you to make an ability roll. You get to decide what it is, but these guys are going to interrogate you.
Okay.
If you fail, heat is going to be increased on the group again, as you've, in your delicate state, you may blab something.
Okay.
Actually, I'm going to make a resistance roll. Let's have a resist on your resolve again to see what happens here. I think is probably more appropriate.
How do we do this?
So, what I want you to do, if you're looking in your character sheet,
yeah,
you'll see under next to resolve, there's a little dice icon.
Oh yeah.
So you can click on that.
Okay.
And we're going to make a roll. Now, this is going to affect your stress.
Yes.
So you're going to make a d6 roll and subtract that result from 6, and that's how much stress you're going to take. So if you roll a 1, you're going to take 5 stress. So don't roll a 1 or a 2. Just roll as high as you can.
Okay.
Oh no!
Wow, we're not getting great rolls tonight.
Wow.
Like that's
Oh my god.
that's a lot of ones in the last few minutes.
How much stress do you have there, Ben?
I have 9.
That is bad news for you.
I know. Oh my god. Trauma.
Because whatever it is you tried has messed you up big style. And what would normally happen here, normally happens here when you get that level of stress is basically your character disappears for a while. And I think normally this suggests you play a different character for a week or so.
Wow.
Before Bang returns with a trauma. But the cool thing is when she comes back, all of her stress will be cleared. Now, and this is going to be problematic for us right now because we haven't got another character for you at the moment.
This happened to me.
So
She can play the dog.
we will come back. We're gonna be going for a break in a bit.
After the break, she will have a new character,
and then we'll
a whole
come
new
back and
Bang.
see what we can do. Yeah. We kind of return from. We actually no, because
we have crew
I have
experience.
neglected to do the crew experience, and so I think we should quickly go through
Do that.
because that will take seconds. So here we go. Let's ask the questions of the crew. Last session, did you execute a successful battle, extortion, sabotage, or smash and grab operation?
No.
Define successful.
No, what was successful?
Oh, no. We talked about this last night, and yes, I think we did.
I mean, technically, it's kind of extortion. Kind of.
Is it?
Because we were taking money off people
But that's
and
a
making
bucket.
them
You can't not. Like,
But we were doing it in a cheating manner.
yeah, but the way we wanted to do it was not successful at all, and we failed.
I would argue, yeah, it wasn't.
And
it
therefore
wasn't
gained a
successful.
lot of money.
Yeah,
But it depends how you define success, right?
what we
So we
intended to
extorted
do
money
failed.
off people.
Yeah, but you're always going to be able to say what we intended to do failed.
Okay.
The shareholders were happy.
We'll
Well,
leave that for now. We'll leave that for now. Because
Wait, no.
this was only gonna
Tony's
take
got an
seconds.
argument. Tony's got an
Okay,
argument.
go on then.
I was going to say,
Go on then.
maybe sabotage?
See, I would say you did sabotage the race. It wasn't
Yeah.
successful, though.
But we didn't.
But
The
we
dog
were
didn't
successful
win.
in-
So it was a
We were
false.
successful in what we did.
It was an unsuccessful sabotage. Still, we tried to make the dog win the race, and it still failed.
Yeah, but Tomer successfully sabotaged.
No, he didn't, because the dog didn't win.
Only because somebody else did something to another dog.
That's what I'm saying.
He did the successful. He was successful in the sabotage
No.
part. The end
No.
result was not what we wanted.
He
but
didn't
the sabotage part
No,
was
all
fun.
he did was drug the dog. Like, he didn't actually
Yeah.
sabotage the race because that failed.
Okay.
Only just.
Yeah, but it's still a failure. It's not a success.
I mean, we're going to leave that for now. We're going to say, move on to the next one. Did you contend with challenges above your current station?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well,
because-
contend unsuccessfully, but yes.
I cannot be, I'm not even going to argue. Put yourself a little tick in the box there. Did you express the goals, drives, inner conflict, or essential nature of the crew?
Where's this
Yeah.
tick box just before? Where's the tick
We're
box?
ambitious.
It's on the abilities
It's
page.
good, I think
Ah.
Tony's done it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
We
Express the goals.
are ambitious.
I see. I would argue yes. You definitely did. Your oh no, bolster your crew's reputation. Did you bolster your crew's reputation? Yes, you did. You are ambitious crew, and that's what your reputation is. I think you definitely did an ambitious plan. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. We're well ambitious. Sort of.
Give yourself a tick. Give yourself a tick. Did you express the goals, drives, inner conflict, or essential nature of the crew?
I think bang, just going to that guy and like twisting the knife in again. I
Okay.
think that's
Go on then. Give yourself a flash, and then we're done with that. Perfect. So
Yeah.
we get in there. We get in there, guys.
Our gang's getting great.
Yeah.
Well, what's left of it?
So
Wow. Too soon.
yeah, that was a shocker. So session 3, we're already a character down, and we're about to start. So,
hey,
So-
has anybody seen Bang?
No. She went off. Oh, do you think she's been?
Maybe she was taken by the Bluecoats. Better watch her.
Wow, she has done strange things before, like with
with what?
drugs.
Oh,
She's on a bender. She'll be back.
Well, we'll worry about her when she's not back in the next 24 hours, shall we?
All of Doskvol does that. They always come back to work the next day. Well, not always.
She does it hard.
But the bells haven't rung, so she can't be too down, I suppose.
She'll be back.
yeah. How? I mean, there's Tomer, and I think I applaud Jake for attempting to kind of throw all of the shade onto a different character that isn't here to defend herself. But
You noticed that?
yeah, it was very uncharacteristic. But yeah, I mean, he'd been taken in by the Bluecoats, hadn't he?
Do we know that?
Yes, because that was the devil's bargain.
All right. Okay. So, Tamer, how was your trip?
Man, you know, I've got an ex in town, and I may have a situation.
Oh, you think that's the situation we're talking about?
Yeah, she doesn't like me. I had to spread all sorts of rumors around town in order that, to make her stay away. I had to make her believe that I've got friends now, Can't be alone in this town without friends, can you?
Got the blue coats.
Yeah, they're quite a force to be reckoned with. So if
are your friends now? Are they?
They're not my friends. No, you're my friends. You, Aces, Bang. Where's Bang? But you're all my friends now. Blue coats aren't my friends, but
you're looking well.
Let's face it. Razma's,
I have to say, it's not often we see the blue coats throw somebody out without a scar on their face. I take your friends were very nice to you then.
Aces, maybe you're not the only one here who's very persuasive.
Hold on a minute.
Do you know, I did get the heat off of us by pointing the finger at somebody who we don't even know exists or not.
Or you blamed Bang because Bang is missing.
I'd like to use my ability. To detect when someone is lying to me.
In this game, it would be always.
Yeah.
Sure. Okay.
So I guess. I mean, you can tell me, Jake. Well, or you can make this decision. You don't have to tell me, but you can make this decision. How you want to kind of deal with this. Now
I think he would detect a note of truth in it because I was truthful in doing that, but mixing in this ex-beau story is, it's a complete embellishment because I only found out about it later, and I'm kind of trying to use that now as part of my plan. It's because I don't think that they would believe me when I said I'm pointing them in another direction, and I was really convincing that I have to embellish it. So he would detect lies and truths, and so it's
so by embellishing it, now there's disbelief.
Exactly. Because how? I wouldn't believe me, right?
No, in terms of the ability, then, and kudos, man, for setting yourself up. Brilliant. Yeah. In terms of the ability and the way it works, he's lied to you, I guess.
Well, I guess we'll have to wait and see if your story holds true.
Well, if it doesn't, let me tell you, I will be coming back all bloody and black and blue.
Oh.
She gets her hands on me.
Oh, I know that's the case, but, see, Aggie here, she doesn't like people who betray us. Do you, Aggie?
No. I get my knife and I jab it into your knees, both sides at the same time, and then I turn the knife slowly.
Well, Bang better be careful then, I agree.
Yes. Still trudging the rivers for the body parts of that last one that stabbed us in the back, I believe. Only found one leg so far.
We can only hope that person doesn't come back to haunt her.
No.
Have you done banging?
Excuse me?
Yeah.
Have you done banging?
I don't know if Jake knows the expression "dobbed in."
Okay,
So, yeah, that might be a cultural thing.
I think it is.
Have you ratted on
Grassed.
Bang?
God, no, why would I do that?
Oh, we don't know. She's missing.
She's missing, but she's the one that kind of gives me the juice for my dogs.
Do I detect the truth in this?
Keeping that secret.
Do I detect the truth in this bit?
In that bit, I guess that is true. He's not dubbed.
Yeah.
He's definitely not dubbed banging.
I can't work my work without her. That's why I'm so concerned about her. And she is missing. And you're talking about all this lying and stuff. So, I mean, you know,
Because you went to see the blue coats and you came out without any marks on you. Anyone that goes into the blue coats come out with at least a busted nose.
So wait, Aggie, you don't seem to be concerned at all about Bang. Do you know something we don't know? Were you upset with her? Did she do something to you? Is that your way of getting back at me? Are you taking away my source, my livelihood? How am I supposed to make this work and dope up the dogs if you
Not the one that went to the
took
blue
care
coat.
of Bang?
I can't help notice, Tom, but that's the third time you've distracted the conversation onto Bang away from your visit with your friends. I suggest you choose your following words very carefully here. Do we have a problem?
Do we need to find Bang? Do we need to go and see our blue
Aggie,
coat?
don't worry about Bang. She's probably up to her antics. I'll check in with a few of my friends, see if they've seen her recently. She'll turn up within a day or two.
You have friends?
I have more friends than you can accept.
What friends are you discussing now?
Tama, I have a web of friends up and down this city, in every business, in every gang, in every building.
How is it that we failed on the last score so badly? Were you with all your friends and your contacts and your gambling contacts? Did you rig this to pay somebody else off now? Is that how we lost the score so badly?
I'm sorry, did I not
You're
do
the one
that?
who's up to your eyeballs in debt? How did we lose so badly and gain so much money?
At this point, Aces is going to pull a gun out and aim it directly at Tama.
Hey, whoa. Just remember, without me, where you'd be. You would have lost the races and lost all that money. So put that thing away before somebody puts it away for you. You're not the only one who has friends in this town. And if you've never dealt with a Severosian, I suggest you don't get entangled with one now.
Are you done?
Oh, I am going to hunt you down for that. The best of it.
Is there more to your ramble, or are we done here?
Seeing as you haven't shot me yet, I'd say yes, we're done. You intending on using that thing now?
I might. Before you go accusing me of any sort of backstabbing, my end of the mission went very successful. Had you fulfilled your end and fully sorted and fixed the race like you promised, we would have completed what we had aimed for without any issue. So don't even begin.
All I did was give the stuff that Bang gave me, that she made me do, and now she's nowhere to be found. So what the hell am I supposed to think?
I don't know. And quite frankly, I don't care. You're part of this crew. You're gonna follow my orders, and you're gonna stop this back chat. Otherwise, Aggie here is going to be let loose on you.
The stuff. The dog got fed the stuff.
I didn't make the stuff. Then why did it lose?
Because the person who made the stuff didn't make it good enough, or purposely didn't make it good enough. Or you instructed her. You're the boss. Are you the one who instructed Bang to make the stuff less potent? To make sure that we would lose so that we would win a lot of money, which is what you need for your gambling debts? I mean, let's talk about trust here. There's no way that you can point the finger at me and blame me for all of this. It could have been any one of us four.
I'm not the one blaming anyone. The only person so far who's blamed anyone for our failure is you. Because you wouldn't shut up.
I know you're used to doing all the talking. I'm usually quiet and behind the scenes. But if somebody's going to accuse me of something wrong, I will stand up for myself.
Nobody has accused you of anything.
Oh, well, then good then.
Oh, I did.
Oh, you see?
No, you see? Okay, fair enough. She did accuse you of
You saw the repression in me, didn't you?
Yes, but notice how she isn't doing anything about it because I haven't made my mind up whether or not what any of that is true. Right now, I know you're holding something back from me about your visit to the police, and I intend to find out exactly what it is. Not the police, the Bluecoats. I intend to find out exactly what happened with your little Holiday Inn reservation that you had. But in the meantime, we have a few things to sort out. You mentioned that you had an inkling that maybe someone else was at play, so I suggest you go and find out why the dog that you rigged did not win, and let me deal with the fact that maybe you had dodgy chemicals. Aggie.
Well, I could find out if I could find the person who gave me the chemicals.
I will find the person who gave you the chemicals, and I will make sure that they did their part of the job. Is that okay with you?
Fine.
Great.
Kelev, come. I can tell when we're not wanted.
As he leaves, I'm going to turn to Aggie. Keep an eye on him. There's something not quite right about what he said. I don't think he had anything to do with Bang, so I'll find out what happened to her. But I want you to watch him in the shadows. Don't let him out of your sight.
Okay, but okay then.
And don't kill him yet. We may still need him.
Can I? Oh, okay. I never get to kill anyone these days.
Well, I will find.
Kill them. You can.
I mean,
just hurt them really bad.
Right, I'll go. Fine.
If I find out he's done anything that I'm not happy with the Bluecoats, you'll be at the front of the queue to correct his errors. How's that?
What do you want me to do again?
Just keep an eye on him, track him, make sure he does what he does and doesn't...
What's he supposed to be doing and what's he not supposed to be doing?
He's supposed to be going to the races and investigating what may have happened. He said something about maybe someone else was at play there and also rigging the games. If that's the case...
Oh yeah, I've been telling people down the races that anyway.
What?
Yeah, I went down the races and was telling everybody else that somebody sabotaged the race. But it wasn't us.
Yes.
They were looking at me a bit weird. I don't think they believed me.
That you didn't know that was true, did you?
No, I just said it so they wouldn't think it was us.
Yes, well, Thomas thinks that maybe someone actually was.
Well, I probably did then.
I don't see how the chemicals...
I'll go and watch him.
I couldn't see how the chemicals could be bad. So if we didn't win and he did inject the dog, which I don't know, see if you can find out if he actually did do anything to that dog. I'd hate to find out that he double-crossed us.
If she is following me, I'm actively hunting Rasmus Dava, and I'm going to kill him.
Oh.
Okay. So let's pursue that a little bit further. So Rasmus Dava is a nobleman from Severos, and he's in town. So Castor has told you, and you do have a beef against. So we're in free play now. You can do any kind of investigation if you want to try and find out where he is, or anything like that. That's something you can do.
Yeah.
So in terms of what's just occurred, I mean, Tamer, I'm assuming is kind of, he's a bit aggrieved by what's just occurred. I mean, he knows he's not being entirely honest. What's the deal here? So how is Tamer feeling? What's the...
I am more focused now on the news about Rasmus than I am about that internal stuff.
Oh, okay.
No matter what my load is from now on, I am always carrying my long rifle on me because the first opportunity that I have, that I find that I see Rasmus from whatever distance, I'm going to try to take him out.
No.
So I am in kind of he is
he's
the
a
reason.
Man.
He is the cause of all my troubles and woes. If I had to blame somebody on everything bad that's ever happened to me, it's Rasmus.
Okay. Fine. So what would Tamer be doing next if that's the case? What's he doing?
Well, I found out, number one, from Castra, that Rasmus is in town. Yeah. So I'm going to follow up with him, like where he found out this information. Does he know where Rasmus is staying? What's he doing here? What was his source of contact? So that was my first source of contact, hearing it. So I'm going to try to follow the clues through the chain of who heard what and saw what.
Okay. So let's say that Castor he's going to have a little place. I guess he's not, from how you've described him, I'm going to assume he's not wealthy.
He's successful, but not wealthy.
Okay.
He earns enough to ply his vices that I can always find him spending money somewhere.
Right. I mean, if it's a vice that he's into, then he's likely to be found in night market quite frequently. Yes, that's where a lot of the gambling, the prostitution, all that kind of stuff occurs in night market. Does he have a well, he'll have a home somewhere that he lives. If he's not, I mean, you say he's successful. Is he? Does he have money? I'm just trying to establish what kind of area of the city he might live in.
Right. I think number one, as a bounty hunter, you would try to keep a very low profile about where he lives.
Yeah.
So not something fancy at all.
Okay.
Probably a little below the class of income that he would have.
So, I mean, you guys operate out of Char Hollow, which is where a lot of the workers, the laborers of Doskvol, they all kind of live in Char Hollow. It's not quite a slum, but it's not far off. Right. So I guess maybe somewhere around there might be an appropriate place for him to have lodgings.
Okay.
Would Tamer be suspecting that he is being followed?
I don't think I'd be... Well... not by the people who are in my crew necessarily, maybe only because of the heat.
Yeah.
No, but I would know that we got some of the heat off of us, so I would think I would feel more confident. I'm not in disguise anymore.
Okay, right. So I guess it's not going to be too difficult for Aggie to follow him if that's what she's doing. So you kind of head into Char Hollow. We're gonna travel to just because it'll be a change of music, if nothing else. You get to decide whereabouts in Char Hollow.
Oh, okay.
It's being very slow.
That's
where
okay.
The caster will live. Yeah, so Strandford Island is a part of Char Hollow that's kind of fenced off from everywhere else around here, and that has a mansion on it. Lord Strangford is he's a noble, and he has wealth and power, and so you can't obviously have Castor on Strangford Island, but anywhere else in here is suitable. And you kind of make your way through these kind of the streets of Char Hollow.
I think I think it would be around Brook Street, off the water, because he would want to have several ways to kind of move out quickly. So from there, he can get to the sheets quickly. He can get to. But he's definitely in the knackers.
Okay, he's in the knackers. And so. Just pissing alley.
Oh. Can he live there?
In pissing alley?
Yes, please.
I mean, why not?
All right.
He has a room in kind of a terraced building somewhere in Pissing Alley, and you find yourself outside his the door that kind of leads up to his apartment, if you like. It's not in the evening. It's kind of late afternoon. And there's a few people moving about on the streets. You got a lot of laborers that are kind of returning from their day's toils, and they're kind of shouting to each other and calling across the streets. They're saying their goodbyes after their shift before making their way home to their homes and their wives, husbands, etc. And you're at this nondescript door, wooden door in this tenement building. You push your way through it, up the flight of stairs, to this room, this apartment where you have dragged your friend so many evenings. Do you just enter the room? I mean, do you have a key? Do you just let yourself in? And what's the deal?
I there's a little probably a nook in the wall or in a brick somewhere where I hide a key to his place. Yeah. Because I always have to have access, because you never know what he's up to. He might get into trouble, and I owe him. So I'm going to use the key to walk in.
Okay. So you let yourself into the apartment. It's quite a dingy place. There are some kind of net curtains that are covering the windows, but they're almost yellow at this moment in time. Cobwebs kind of hang in the corners of the room. The wallpaper is peeling off the walls. Perhaps at one point it would have been never expensive, but kind of a good quality wallpaper. But it's hanging off the walls now, and its pattern is faded from sunlight that has streamed through this window. Or not, it wouldn't have done because there's no sun. I'm lying. So you've got peeling wallpaper that is yellowed from tobacco stains. Where is Castor? What would he be doing at this time of day? Is he a functioning, I don't want to say alcoholic or whatever, but he's obviously got his appetites.
Yeah, he might be sleeping it off, I guess, at this point.
Okay.
Because I'm not, if I'm not out with him, drinking or partying or doing whatever, then I'm definitely, then he's probably here because I brought him here the night before or something. Or so yeah, he may be around if he's not working.
Yeah, he might be then, I guess, waking up and getting ready for an evening of whatever it is he does. And so you probably find him sitting on the edge of his cot, rubbing his eyes in nothing but his long johns or something.
Hey, Casta, remember when you were rambling on about the other day? You mentioned that Rasmus was in town, my friend. You
Rasmus? What, Rasmus?
Yeah, you told me Rasmus is in town. Where did you hear that from?
I don't know. There's a big race this week. There's a bunch of nobles in town that have come in, especially for the race. I think I heard it from, I don't know, some guy in the bar. Why are you asking?
Casta, we're gonna kill him.
What?
We're gonna kill him. You're gonna get back into bounty hunting. This is what you do, man. I mean, enough of this. You got to hone your skills for the next big job. You're going to help me kill him.
There's no bounty on this guy. He's a noble. What the fuck are you talking about?
Don't you want to get back into the game? Don't you want your next big score? This is going to make you famous. It will be your mark.
Famous? Killing.
If I do it with you, you could take all the credit. I don't mind. He is dying.
A noble.
He is not leaving Doskvol alive.
What?
Come on, man. You know what he did to me. You know what I lost because of him. If the situations were reversed, I'd do the same for you. I have done the same for you.
You want me to kill an innocent? Okay, not innocent. You want me to...
Innocent?
He's not. He has no bounty on him. Tomer, he has no bounty on him. He's not a criminal.
What he did to me was more than criminal. I wouldn't be here now if it wasn't for him. I wouldn't be in this situation scrounging around. I'd be living the high life.
But
it was true love.
You're talking about murder.
Somebody took from you what he took from me. You wouldn't think twice about it. Honor demands it.
Look,
I'd be married to a lady today. I'd be living the high life.
Maybe.
I'm scrounging around in the dirt now.
Come on, you
with
don't
some
know.
Second-rate crew that can't even get their act together.
You don't know that. I mean, it may be true about the crew, but you don't know. You don't know if you'd have ever got in with this lady stable. You don't know that, man. This guy.
I'm never gonna feel what I felt with anybody else. I'm never gonna feel that again. I knew it. That was true love. And she had money, and position, and power, and influence. He did it on purpose. He came in, he poisoned the relationship I had with her, and I was still seeing her, and all of a sudden, well, Tomer's out of the picture. In comes Rasmus.
You know what?
Yeah.
That's life. That's life, man. Look, you want me to murder...
People pay for that type of thing.
Look, I'm a bounty hunter, right? You got to understand, I don't... Just killing
When was
people.
the last time you had a bounty?
I mean, that's unfair, man. That's unfair.
Look. People haven't used you now for a long time. I know tough love is, strong love is tough love, man. And you know I have your back when it comes to everything, but you could be so much more. You taught me everything I know.
I didn't...
There was a time when the name Casta meant something in the bounty hunter circles. That time should come again. I'll do it. You just help me. You just make it happen. I'll do it, and I'll take the blame for it. But behind the scenes, people will know you did it and orchestrated it. You can get the cred for that, where it counts. I'll take the blame on the heat. Maybe I'll even blame some of my fellow crew members on that as well. Get the heat off me, too. I mean, they don't trust one another. They can't get their acts together.
Yeah. You okay, man?
You know what he did to me really threw me.
But you're talking about murder. Like, we hunt criminals. That's kind of the point. He
stole from me. He is a criminal.
He rubs his forehead and brushes his hair out of his eyes.
You know what? Let's just find out. Let's do some research. Who else hates Rasmus? I mean, he's a noble. Surely he's harmed somebody else to get to where he is today. He's harmed me to get to where he is today. He must have other enemies. If we do this right, we may be able to pin the blame on somebody else. Who invited him here to the races? Maybe it was him. that came and set him up for this. Maybe we pin him on. We pin it on some other guy, make it believable. Somebody else who harmed Rasmus. Who else is here from Severos that would hate him? Come on, it's an easy job. He's a noble. Nobody would expect it.
Okay, right. Let me think about it. Yeah, I mean, you know what?
No, that's okay.
I love you like a brother.
Hey,
I'll help you if I can.
Do you know where he's staying?
No, I just heard the rumor. That was all. I knew you'd mentioned him before. I don't know why I said it. I wish I hadn't.
I almost wish you hadn't as well, but I'm not going to pass up an opportunity to get my revenge on that snake. And I don't wish that anything like that happened to you. But if something had happened like that to you, I'd be there on your side as well. You mean that much to me, man. And I'm going to leave it like with a high five and stuff. And
yeah.
I'm going to try to find out where... I know where he drinks, so I'm going to probably after that... And, I mean, you spent enough time. I monopolized enough of this.
No, fine.
After this, I'll probably go there and try to buy people drinks to find out if they found out anything new.
So, Aggie, Tomer has entered this tenement building as described. What does she do? How does she deal with the situation?
She follows him and listens at the door.
Okay. Okay. I know. I'm not going to make you roll for that. I guess we can have you creep up the stairs and listen at the door, and you hear this conversation going on.
Oh yes.
Inside. What does Aggie think about that? What's
second-rate crew bastard?
Oh, that's the bit that she remembers.
Oh yeah, that's the only bit she remembers. The rest of it is like, ugh. I'm not interested in the rest of it. He's just talking about some guy he wants to kill, but that doesn't affect me. I'm not bothered. It doesn't affect the crew.
Aggie's not interested in killing.
Oh, I want to kill him now. We've got second-rate crew.
The truth hurts.
So.
No, I mean, I'm not going to kill him that. He's like, but he's like, I'm going to be grumpy about that. But he's not, he's not doing what he was supposed to be doing anyway.
You don't think? Well, no, not yet. I mean, give him a chance.
No, but at the minute he's not. So, I'm gonna hide in a dark corner and just wait for him. But that I'm it's in my head now. Second-rate crew.
Right. So we jump across to see what Aces has been up to. Muted there, mate.
Aces, as I was saying, will have used... He has a contact.
Okay.
So I would have gone to pay my contact to visit, and particularly, I closed my garage sheet, so it's just reopening.
All right.
I know Beryl, a drug dealer. I would have gone to find him to see if he knows anything about where Bang may be or anything, because at this point Aces is thinking he's taken on what Thomas said. Yeah. So he's now thinking, did she fuck the drugs and has she done a runner?
Yeah.
Now he doesn't believe it, but like he needs to investigate. He needs to settle that in his head before anything else, because it's a backstab if it is. So he will have gone to his drug dealer friend to see if he can put the word out. He probably might go to the tavern as well and speak to Clyra to see if she's heard anything, or she can put like an APB out.
Market, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely. In terms of, this contact, is it a friendly one?
Beryl, he's a neutral contact.
Okay.
I pay him. He doesn't do it because he likes me. He does it because I pay him and help. I've supplied him once or twice, and so. But I've never bought from him, so he doesn't care about me.
Right. So I guess that there is something to be gained, or there could be some repercussions from dealing with this person.
Yeah.
Shall we say that we need to make some kind of roll for this then? Would that be?
Yes.
I guess this guy, he say he owes you pay him. You've
So like usually
he's not friendly towards you.
No, he's not friendly. We've kind of had like scratch my back, your back situation. I do him a favour usually when in return for him doing a favour sort of thing.
Right. So I guess he may not.
He'll probably give me a price for the information, if anything.
Yeah. I wonder what that price would be. All right. Beryl, let's see. I think you're going to need to make some kind of roll for that, and I think what's going to happen here. He may have reason to deceive you.
Yep.
He's a drug dealer, right?
Yep.
So,
I would say this is probably going to be a consort.
Oh yeah, sure, okay, yeah, I think probably correct in that.
Which I have no points in.
Which is great. Yeah, you can push yourself for stress if you wish. What could a devil's bargain be here? The devil's bargain. I can't think of one.
Whatever he finds out, he's still suspicious.
Ooh.
It puts more heat on Bang. Because he's making inquiries about Bang, and Bang's like being dragged off by the blue coat.
Yeah.
So he could make it more difficult. Sorry, Tony.
I mean, to be fair, this is Jake's fault for like throwing the shade on her.
I see it more as trying to throw the shade off me. But,
yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, this is an interesting one. Maybe.
We just go for the Bang thing, because Bang's already like, being duffed up anyway, so she could be.
The devil's bargain. It's something that's going to happen whether you pass or fail. So it will be an issue of something that's going to occur, regardless of that, some kind of consequence. Maybe because you're interrogating whatever happens here, and you get to decide whether you have the devil's bargain, your line of questioning is going to get out there, and it's going to increase your heat, I think, because you're talking about drug dealers, that kind of thing. If you want to take that, you'll.
I was just going to.
Have you got another one? Yeah, sure.
I was just going to suggest something along the lines of, because there's questions going out there about Bang. Then obviously with the drug dealers, and it will get back to Eldrin. It could also get back to the Red Sashes, because they provided that.
I did think about that.
So then, if it's been known that Bang's gone missing, now they could be wary about whether anything's going to get said. So they're going to have us on the radar. and whether they're going to come and make sure that nothing gets said.
Is that a certainty or a possibility that they find out?
That's a certainty. It's a certainty.
Devil's bargain is a certainty.
It happens.
Yeah.
Regardless.
Or
you don't have to take it.
The devil's bargain could also be, since he's following, like, kind of trying to figure out where Bang went, that through his investigation and travels, he tries that same vice that got her to where she is now.
That'd be interesting.
Oh, I mean, I do like that idea.
It is the new drug of the day,
It is.
we'll say.
I like that.
Asus is kind of swiveling in his chair. I don't know.
I like it. I like it.
If I end up going down the same route as Tony, I will get a chance to roll on it, though, don't I?
Resist.
To resist it.
That was. I mean, that's kind of
No, it's a
weird.
devil's bargain. It's not though. You don't resist the devil's bargain, do you?
No, the devil's bargain will be.
Devil's bargain is something that happened. So I think what it would kind of be would be something like you would end up being addicted to it.
But I would say probably no. I would think that he would have the opportunity to roll to reduce stress, and only if he goes over the amount of stress that then maybe. But this will be kind of like a double-edged sword. If he goes through with it, it could relieve stress from him, and I believe he's quite a stressed person by the way he plays. But if he goes over, then he goes over. How much stress does Aces have?
I mean that's kind of that's a kind of tough one. And I think it's going to have to be a little bit more.
I think the problem is I want to take a devil's bargain.
Yeah.
But I don't think Ace would be pushing this hard to find her at the moment.
No, which is why I think perhaps the +1 heat is probably a more appropriate one.
Okay.
I think he wouldn't be.
The others.
He'd just be generally asking. He wouldn't be like setting out bounties on her sort of thing to get. I think he's just. No. He's not at that point.
I like that idea that maybe that somebody says, "Oh, she used this drug and disappeared." Then Aces would take it to. But I can't think of really how that mechanically would be a thing. Whereas the heat one makes more sense to me in my head.
The heat one makes more sense, yeah. But like I said, I don't know whether Aces would be pushing for information that much. Because he
wouldn't have to be. He's just asking questions, and that gets out. Yeah. That's the deal.
I'm gonna take that one.
All right.
I feel like that's a fair one, and it makes the story interesting. So I'll take the devil's bargain on the basis that it's going to get out that Bang may be missing.
Yeah. Okay.
And I will roll. Oh my god, it's that night, isn't it?
Oh, is it like that, is it?
It's like that.
Yep.
Really is like that tonight.
Yeah.
Can I just, before while you're thinking of the story, can we just, one, that's one.
Yeah.
Two. We got a 2. Then there was another that technically fails. So we have 4 fails. I got 1 technically, even though it cleared 1 stress, so that's another 1. And then got another 1 and a 2 on a sway tonight. Like,
it's not going great, is it?
It's not been a good night for rolls. That's a lot. We've rolled a lot of fails and 1s.
Yep.
Yeah. Bad.
We've done more damage.
We've done a lot of damage.
Doing a score.
Yeah.
We have.
Than failing the score.
Downtime took out one of your characters.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So I've added the heat for that. As you're going. You're asking this guy, Beryl, you say?
Yes.
And so what is it you're asking him? You're kind of saying.
I'm basically like,
I've heard.
have you seen Bang? Like, have you heard anything where she may have gone?
She's kind of in with that. I don't know, that fancy guy, the one that's got the boat, the barge, right? Pritchard. That's her, right? You know, the glasses and...
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah. She's, I heard that she went over there, that he'd had her try some new drug that he'd acquired. Got him from the Red Sashes or something. There's this new thing. I mean, did you want to try? It's meant to be amazing. Anyway, word is she tried it and she just went nuts, man, and ended up running away. Just ran out into the night. I don't know anything else. Not heard anything else.
I suppose that answers a few questions. This new drug by the Red Sashes, you know anything else about it?
No, just it's just kind of like a yellow brick of I don't know what it's made of, but apparently it's from Iruvia, and they've brought it in. They're selling it in for some of their some of their houses.
Interesting. Any value to it?
Oh, it's all the rage, man. Apparently I mean, I've not come across it myself yet, but I can get you some if you want. I got a contact.
Yes, but not for usage.
I was going to sell it.
I'd like you to get me a sample if you can.
I mean, I can't get it for free. They're going to want money for it.
Well, of course I'll pay you. You know I will.
Okay. You give me a couple of days.
Okay.
I got some deals to make.
You know how to contact me, so just send the signal when you have what you have, and I'll make sure I'll bring something worth your while.
I mean, you got the money up front?
Are we really back to that?
I mean, you know, I know you're a stand-up guy and everything, but you know, I don't have the spare cash.
How are you a drug dealer if you don't have any cash float? It's really.
Well, this stuff is expensive, man.
Fine.
Okay. You just hand him some...
I'll hand over...
Yeah, you don't have to hand a coin or anything like that. Just hand him some cash. I'll hand over the appropriate man. He kind of sticks it in his pocket. Says, yeah, just give me a couple of days, yeah?
Yes.
I hope you find your friend.
I'll find her, don't you worry. But I'll remember that next time you come asking a favor of me. Cash up front.
I mean, just business, right?
Always just business. You take care of yourself.
Yeah, you too. I'll be in touch.
See you soon.
Now, we still have to find out what it is that your gang, your cohort got up to for our entanglement down.
Yes.
And we said it was going to be... You got a group of thugs that work for you. A small group. Maybe I think there's 2 of them. And they are savage and wild.
Yeah.
And they've obviously caused some problems for you. So, what is it that they've done? Tony, have you any ideas what it is they could have done?
I mean, I think this is going to bite us in the ass, but I think it's going to be the most simple one, is obviously because we got them putting some bets on for us.
Oh, okay.
So they've won some money. So because they put their own bets on.
Yeah.
Obviously they did lose some for putting their bets on, but obviously we just gave 13. We gave them money to go and put bets on. So I would say in some way they've come out with a little bit of money. They've gone and had a fun night, got absolutely wrecked, and almost destroyed a tavern.
Oh, okay.
Because they have just, obviously they're happy because in a weird way, even though they lost money for putting the bets on for us, but they know we won some money because we got the bets in. So they've gone a bit over the top, but then got too drunk, started fights, and obviously because they are savage and wild, they have gone batshit crazy. And they are even more fearsome.
So they did this in an area controlled or under the protection of another gang.
Yeah. So that's what I'm thinking. They've gone bragging, somebody's gone and, confronted them, and they've just caused an uproar.
Okay. So we got a couple of choices. We got one choice that we have to make from a couple of options. They've caused trouble. We know that they've smashed up a tavern somewhere. So you get to either lose one of your rep because people know they're working for you and they've gone and done this.
Yeah.
Or you have to make one of the gang, and this choice it's probably not necessarily up to you, Tony. I'm just letting you decide what the deal is with the gang. But one of the others either could have dealt with it by reprimanding. You got to make an example of one of the members somehow, which you can decide, or you're going to face reprisals from another gang, which I will decide at some point. This is kind of interesting. How would you want to deal with this, guys? Would you be willing to lose some of your reputation? Are you even particularly bothered about your reputation at this moment in time?
I would think yes. We're trying to build it. I mean, that's
Yeah, I would say especially if we're going down the route of gangsters. I think making an example probably would be the thing that we do. Maybe because I don't think we don't really want to be on anyone's radar too much right now.
Okay.
Because we are trying to increase the rep.
But equally, we would like the fact that the people that work with us are wild and savage and frightens people.
Yeah, that's
do you like that?
Because we are thugs, aren't we?
But you still have to keep them in line, I guess, and because they're attached to you and they've blackened your name to a degree. How do you feel about that? And would you want to? Are you willing to take the hit on your reputation, or are you going to do something about it? Obviously, Bang is unavailable to do anything about it. I kind of suspect that Tamara has got other things on his mind right now.
Yeah, very focused.
Yeah, which would kind of leave Aggie or Aces to deal with that.
I feel like Aces would get involved.
Yeah?
And with the way we've been rolling.
I know, that's just why I'm hesitant at the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Aki's also kind of busy keeping an eye on Toma.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not there.
And yeah, okay. So let's. I mean, Aces is kind of the leader of this gang.
Yeah.
So when somebody comes to him, I mean, he's in the middle of his own investigation. He's trying to find out what has happened. But when somebody comes to him, and I'm going to say, it's the owner of the tavern.
Yeah.
That has been smashed up. And they've kind of come to you. And I'm imagining like a scene, a bit like it. I don't know if anybody's seen the film The Godfather. There's a scene where a restaurant owner kind of pleads with Michael Corleone.
On the day of my daughter's wedding.
And I'm kind of imagining something. I mean, it's not quite on that scale, obviously, because you're not at that level. But this guy has kind of come along and said, "Look," he says, and this is a bad time for Aces right now. He's in the middle of finding out where one of his crew is.
Can I help you?
I'm really sorry to trouble you. I know you're a very busy man, but I own the Black Dog. I own the Black Dog in Char Hollow.
Right.
And there are some people, I believe you know them. And he gives their names, which we haven't thought of yet. Somebody can think of their names. You know them, right?
Oscar and Sirius.
Their name rings a bell, yes.
Well, I heard that they work for you, and I know that I'm probably I don't mean to come across as being a bit forward, but they did some damage. I did nothing. They came in, they started some fights, they smashed the place to pieces. I couldn't do anything. They were like animals. Anyway, they smashed the place up, and it's expensive. I haven't got the money to repair all of this. The furniture that was broken.
Did you call the Bluecoats on this?
I came to you first.
And you did well. I am going. I mean, how much is it? Because I'm at the point where I would probably give a coin here to cover the damages and everything. That's my thinking.
Yeah. I don't know if it's going to be a coin's worth. We're going to worry about that later. I'll tell you.
You give me the bill for the damages, and I will make sure it is paid. And I will find a way to make this up to you. I won't have my men wrecking up your bar. I appreciate your hard work, and I appreciate you looking after them and coming to me to keep this discreet. So let me know the damage, the cost, and I will handle it.
That's very kind of you, sir. Thank you. I don't mean to cause any trouble. Obviously, you and your friends are free to visit the establishment, and obviously,
of course,
free drinks.
You did the right thing coming to me. I appreciate it, my friend.
Thank you, sir. I mean, he looks very nervous. He's not sure if he's going to turn around and you're going to stick a knife in his ribs or something.
I'm giving him that aura. I'm saying it so slyly on purpose. Yeah. Like, it is meant to.
Yeah, I mean, that's what he's taking away.
I'm kind of wondering, when you said you're going to pay the bills, if you said pay the bills, or if you more likely said, like, take care of it, or cover it, or something.
Yeah.
And he skitters off. Very quickly, looking about him, waiting for the killing blow, as it were, which doesn't come, I guess.
No.
No, Aggie's away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Aces would take those names and speak to the relevant people within the gang and ask for them to make their way to see Aces as soon as.
Okay. So, yeah, they arrive. They are loyal, if nothing else, right?
Yeah.
And so, where do you summon them to? Do you summon them to
probably to our little headquarter hideout thing?
The actual lair,
yeah,
which is in Char Hollow. And so they turn up, and they're brazen. They don't seem to care that they've torn this place apart. They think they've done a good job. They've got their reputation as being fearsome and terrifying. And they think you get the impression when they turn up that they think they're about to get rewarded for their loyalty and their good service. Are they about to get rewarded for their loyalty?
The two of you have had a minor complaint. Apparently you two started some sort of a brawl in a pub. I'd like to know why.
Why?
Yes. Why?
Guy looked at us funny, didn't he?
Some guy looks at you funny and you decide to trash a pub?
Well, no, we wanted to teach him a lesson. You know, you can't mess with us, can he?
True. You not think to wait until he leaves the pub and get him in the alleyway like we normally do? Or following home and we burgle his house, set it on fire? Or you thought to just do it broad daylight, many witnesses, in a pub?
Well, if there's witnesses, they can see that we don't tolerate that kind of bullshit.
Yes. Well, one of your witnesses came and found me and told me all about it. Now, what does that make me think when a random person who I've never met before not only identifies the two of you as being part of our gang, but straight away knows where to find me, who I am, and to tell me all about it? What do you think that tells me?
That they better not fuck with us?
No. That tells me that they don't respect us, that they don't fear us.
Oh, they respect us. And they fear us, trust me.
Interrupt me again, and it's the last thing you do. Now,
if we do something wrong, is that...
You have brought unwanted attention during a time when we're trying to stay low in the most stupid way I've ever imagined. We are not some day-to-day criminals. We are an organization striving for something a little bit more than a tavern brawl. If you two dumbwits can't understand how And let me make this clear. The fact that you had to brawl over some idiot who gave you the wrong face, I applaud it. Great. I like that. It's the way you did it that I am very disappointed in. It has no thought, no planning, carelessness, leaves us open to so many issues. Because everybody knows you did it, and you know we like subtlety. When we take somebody out and we rough them up, there's always a question of who done it. We have a pub full of people who know it was you two.
Well, then they won't do it again, will they? Surely that's a good thing.
That person might not do it again, no, but you're missing the point. It's not about the fact that you ruffled the guy up, it's just the way you did it. It's careless, and I can't have carelessness. Not now.
I'm interested. And I'm not sure how this is going to occur. How is Aces going to make an example?
Ace's plan is that there's only going to be one of these guys leaving this room right now.
No.
You know, I have to say this whole storyline today has been leading up to Aces dealing with nothing but nincompoops and second-rate, like, incompetence. This is I see him, like, popping Excedrin.
The thing is,
like,
Aces has already had to pull a gun on someone in the crew today to try and keep control. And this is another outburst of control within the gang. Like, he needs to do something dramatic internally now to kind of pull everyone back in line.
Okay. Okay.
You're gonna kill Sirius.
So
Oscar.
let's find out then how this is gonna play out.
God, he's gonna kill one. The other one's gonna kill him. It'd be two new characters. It's just like, oh my god.
What's the plan then? Do you have a plan? Do you want to think about it? Do you want to?
No,
Oh god.
Yeah.
It's a flashback plan. He's already prepared. Like, there are two seats. One of them has the trapdoor.
There's a flashback.
I was just checking to see if I was standing on plastic.
Yeah. He turns to them and says, well, seeing as you two enjoy your brawl, I am going to give you both a chance to not only fix what stupidness you did, but to reward one of you for representing in the right way, but probably not thinking it through. You see, I have a promotion. I need a new captain. And one of you, I'm happy to bump up, increase your pay, and obviously the perks that comes with it. However, there's only one place, and let's just say it's going to take a bit of effort on both of your parts if you wish to interview. As you are both so well and averse to having a bit of a brawl, I suggest that's probably the best way to decide. So, behind you, there's two very sharp swords. Off you go. Last man standing takes the job.
I want to clarify something.
Yes.
You're not doing this in your lair, are you?
Oh yeah. Okay. Flashback.
Let's think about that.
Flashback. Whilst we've had this conversation, like we've travelled, we met at the lair, and then they followed me to this alleyway sort of thing.
Okay, no, that's cool.
Yeah.
I like that. Yeah.
And as I say this, and now part of the flashback is I also got a few of the other, I'm not alone. It's not just me and them. This is like, so they're in an alleyway. They're on facing me. I've got a guy. You
can certainly have Aggie with you.
Yeah,
that's
probably.
Thing. Yeah.
I got a line of guys behind me, and as I say this, I'm just going to turn and walk away.
And so the closing scene then is going to be we're looking at your perspective, Ace's perspective, as he walks away from this scene, that we hear a couple of shouts and perhaps the clash of metal upon metal as we kind of fade out of this particular scene. And I think what we're going to do, we're going to leave it here until next week. But I want to quickly go through the XP for the set for the character for this session, if that's all right.
Yep.
I know it feels like we haven't done much, but I think if we do it now, it will save time next week.
Yes.
So let's quickly go through that, and we'll see if we can get some XP. Because you've only got one flash to get on one of your abilities to increase. Yeah. So who's going to go first? Who wants to go first? Unfortunately, Bang's going to not be part of this either.
I'll go first if you want.
Okay, Aggie. As the cutter.
Did I address a challenge with violence or coercion?
Did you indeed? So.
Well, I mean, I suppose I did address trying to coerce the people in the dog thing to...
That was more you were trying to persuade them rather than...
But apart from that, no, not really. I don't think I did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you express your beliefs, drives, heritage, or background at all during this session?
I don't think I did. I think I was a bit... I didn't do too much this session.
It's a bit of a subdued session for Aggie, was it?
Yeah.
You struggle with issues from your vice or traumas?
No.
Wow.
Yeah, I was a bit...
It's a bit of a nothing session, wasn't it, for Aggie?
Yeah.
Well, we'll have to fix it next week.
No, it's fine.
Let us then...
I mean, it's probably still more than what Bang got to do.
Well, yeah. I mean, I honestly... what I wanted to do... Yeah.
I guess I'll go next.
All right, Tamer. Have you addressed a challenge with tracking or violence this evening?
I've set myself up to do, but I haven't rolled for it yet, so we will wait for next week.
Yeah, okay. Fair enough. Have you expressed your beliefs, drives, heritage, or background at all?
I believe so. I think I was kind of set up for that today. So
yeah, I think you definitely did. Did it happen more than once? I'm tempted to say it did. You spoke to Castor.
Yeah, and in the bar.
Yeah, I think it may have happened more than once. I think you can have 2 XP for that one.
I'm just
you're
wondering
supposed to tell me.
if
I know
the
that
same bar that Casta went to was the one that my gang destroyed almost.
That's a good point.
Because then I might not get much information.
Who knows? Anyway.
And I struggled with issues from my vice or traumas.
When you have no traumas, do you struggle with issues from your vice?
No, I don't.
No?
No, not this time.
Okay. AC.
Yes.
The most angst-ridden player of us all.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been put through it a bit today, right? Have you addressed a challenge with deception or influence?
Everything he says.
Yeah.
Yes.
He dealt with me. That's number one. That's a point. He might have even gotten 2 from that one.
Well, I think he might be getting 2 because he obviously addressed the issue with... So you fill that playbook, XP.
Yeah, I do.
Of course, which means that you get to choose one of the other special abilities.
Ooh.
That the slide has.
Okay. So I can pick any?
Yeah, any one of those extra abilities.
Ooh.
While he's picking that, as an admin of the IMT, I would just like at this moment, if there was a special award to go out for role playing tonight that Infinity and Jake have excelled themselves tonight. It was just
their little exchange was quite interesting, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It makes it so easy. All those accusations flying my way.
It's just I just think all of it's been, like even when you went to see Castor and that, it's just
really good.
I just wanted to. It was very good RP.
Yes, I think it was great. I mean, it was one of those things. It didn't seem that we'd managed to achieve very much, but
no, especially with all the bad rolls.
I mean, the rolls were absolutely shocking. This evening. I'm
gonna just on the thing. I'm gonna take a little something on the side. So at the end of each downtime phase, I'm gonna take 2 stash.
Okay. So we can clear that.
So does that reset me down to 1?
Now, because you have 2, so you've got
2. So I've got 1 carried out.
And we've not finished yet. So I guess. Have you expressed your beliefs, drives, heritage, or background at all during this session? Do you feel?
No, I don't think I've covered any of them.
Okay.
No.
And have you struggled with issues from your vice or traumas during this session?
No.
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 Probably not. Okay, and so that's that. And I guess we'll wrap that up here. And we'll carry on next week. Find out what's going on.